Hello, good morning, and welcome to Elaine's Creations Live. I hope you are all seeing and hearing me okay. I'm just gonna double check that the sound is on. Okay, hopefully it's on. Okay, I think I have this working. I hope I have this working on both Facebook and on YouTube. I'm just gonna look at both. I hope you guys had a great weekend. We're starting to have some nice spring weather already, and so I'm excited because I love warmer weather. All right, so it looks like that's up. Okay, and let me see some comments. There we go. Cool. Okay, and Facebook is still loading. So, yep, there we go. All right. Great. So I'm so excited to share some fun fold Chinese New Year's cards with the Symbols of Fortune suite today. My mom is Chinese, if you don't know that already. So we celebrate Chinese New Year. So for the past while, I've been participating in the kids' classrooms, going in and doing a little Chinese New Year presentation and doing like a craft or some Chinese brush painting. I've loved doing it. Haven't been able to do it for the past couple years because of COVID. And then I was gone for my daughter's Chinese class celebration. So next year I will try to participate in it. But it's fun to celebrate Chinese New Year and celebrate the coming of spring. And it's fun to have this family tradition. I still need to get my decorations up though. I have like part Valentine and part Chinese New Year decorations. So I need to break all those out and get those going. Okay, so if you pop on, I would love it if you would say hi and let me know that you're here. My computer is really lagging, far behind, so sorry if I don't see you right away. Just going to try and bring this to the top and expand this so I can see as much as possible. Okay. All right. So hopefully some of you are here with me. I'm gonna do the raffle prize. Last week I didn't have it right with me, but the prize again is the iridescent basic rhinestone jewels. Ooh, the lights are so bright you can't there. You can kind of see it there. But these are super fun to use on any card or project. And so the winner last week was Darcy Dutton. So congratulations, Darcy. Send me your address and I will send you out your rhinestones. And then this week, since we are doing the Symbols of Hope or Symbols of Fortune, there we go, suite, the polished dots are part of the suite. There. And so this is the raffle prize for this week, the polished dots. And they come in like clear and this really pale light pink. So really super pretty. So I'll be using them in the cards so you'll see them a little bit closer. All right. So just looking to see. All right. So let's see, Stampin' Up! Has their All Together promotion happening, and I will grab all those products for you to see. I meant to do that earlier. as well as Celebration is continuing until the end of this month. So it's a great time if you are looking for a fun group to stamp and make cards with. I would love for you to join my team. We have monthly meetings. In fact, we're having one tomorrow night. So if you want to just come and try one out, you're welcome to let me know, and I will send you the Zoom link for our meeting tomorrow night, and you can meet some of our team members. So we have a great team, and we really enjoy getting together every month, and we swap and we do projects and we laugh and have fun. So it's a really fun night. I look forward to it every month. All right, so now I'm gonna go and switch cameras. This is a little bit different here. Okay, so back to the software, and then I can, the sound is on, so I'm gonna transition. Okay, so hopefully you see the products there. So you see the Grain of Fortune here, and the dies, and just not seeing any comments, so I'm not sure. I'm just going to go ahead and refresh. Okay, so as part of this suite, you of course have the bundle, and it has this really pretty crane and this kind of an imitation of Chinese brush painting. Looks like a chrysanthemum, but I'm not exactly sure. And then we've got some bamboo and some dragonflies. And then we've got this really nice ginkgo leaf decoration, as well as this leaf here. Not sure what that one is either, but there's two of them for you. And then as part of that, we have the DSP, and okay, now I see comments now that I refresh. So good morning, Charlotte and Rhonda, and Rose Ellen, and Marvick. Thanks for joining me. All right. So this is the Symbols of Fortune Designer Series paper, and it has gold foil on it on one side, so it's got this lovely gray and white and gold pattern on the front, and then it has color on the back. So there's the pretty crane, and what's cool is you can cut out some of these dragonflies with the dies. So right here, you can cut those out so you don't have to emboss them. You can just cut those right out with the dragonflies. And then we've got the, I love this splatter gold, and this is so pretty too. Very, very Asian. And then of course, I think the chrysanthemum flowers and the ginkgo leaves. Just really, really pretty paper. And I love this one. I always love the paper. They just do such a great job on designing the paper. It's just gorgeous. So that's the paper. And then we have this really pretty satin, soft succulent ribbon. So super pretty. And then just my little tip from last week was to cut a little notch, and then you can just tuck your ribbon in there to hold it in place so that it doesn't unravel, because that happens a lot. And then of course the polished dots, and I've used some of them on this one, so I'll be using those. So that's the suite of products. So I'm going to show you 3 fun fold cards. So just wanted to do some different fun fold cards. So this is a twisted gatefold card. So a little bit different, but still super fun. And so this is a piece of 8 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I have scored it at, get my ruler, double check my measurements here. Let's see, this is 2 5/8, and then 5 5 1/2 is what it looks like. So let me check this one out. This one might be easier for me to tell. Okay, so yeah, that looks like two, it looks like 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Yes, that makes sense. So that it's equal. So they're all 2 3/4 panels. Okay. So now we're going to score the end panels diagonally from the left corner down to the bottom right corner. Let's see here. Oh, there's an echo. Okay. What is that? Okay, is there still an echo? There used to be a thing that said cut the sound on the other ones, but I'm not seeing it. Okay, is that better? Let me know if that sounds better. It's better, yay! Okay. Good, okay, sorry about that. Okay, so we've got 2 3/4 and 5 1/2, and I'm just gonna use my scoring and trimming. And don't use the dark one, use this one. And I'm just going to place this score line in the track and this point in the track. And if you want to, you could even take your bone folder and just hold it there and use your bone folder so it doesn't move while you're putting this down, and so I'd have to move my fingers and so it would move. Okay, so there's that right there. Just gonna fold that, and then the same thing on this side. So I'm going to put the point over here and the score line down here. There we go. Hi, Connie. Thanks for joining me. Scroll this down. Okay, good. All right, so now I'm going to fold this. Okay, so we have our 3 sections here. So now we're going to do a little bit of decorating, and I adjusted this a little bit just because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, but I've already cut these 2 panels, so those are ready to go. But I'm going to show you how I did it, because if you just cut from corner to corner, the spacing is correct on the top, but then it gets tight on the bottom. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to make the first cut. So again, corner to corner. Oh, wait a second, I'm doing the other one. I guess it doesn't matter because this is, well, I'll do it the other way because I'm doing this one. So it should be this way. Yeah. Okay, from left to right. And just make sure those are right in that groove there. I'm just going to move my fingers away now and just cut. Okay, diagonal to diagonal. And then I'm going to measure, and this is, you don't have to do this, this is kind of finicky, but I'm going to measure 1/8 of an inch up. So like right there. Okay. And I'm going to trim again from that same one, and I'm going to put that dot right in the groove. So it's like super tiny, but I'm basically trying to cut. That's really, whoops. Wow, that did not cut well. Maybe it's time for a new blade. Okay, so I'm just going to take my scissors and do a little trimming here. And then I'm just going to look and see if that was enough. Okay, so let me see here. Well, actually, it's going to go on the outside. So this one's going to go, oh, I was right. Did I just cut this the wrong way? I did. Okay, so it's going to go on the outside. So let's take a look here. Okay, actually that looks pretty good. So I cut the wrong side. Okay, so same thing on this one. I'm just going to take off like an 1/8 at the bottom. So I'm just going to measure this to the 1/8 right there. Okay. And I'm going to try to go this way again. Or maybe I can go this way. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put that right in the groove, and then I'm going to move that over there. So it's super slight. Yeah, I moved. Okay, there we go. So we're just taking off like the tiniest bit. Okay, that was a little bit better. But yeah, you might get a little roughness when you're trying to take off just the tiniest bit. Maybe I should have used my guillotine little trimmer. That might have been good. Okay, let's test this out and see if this works. So this is going to be on the outside over here, and that looks good. Okay, because I just don't want it to be so tapered over here. But I think I am. I see it that it's a little wobbly. So I'm just going to trim like the tiniest bit off. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I've got those two pieces done. Now I'm going to do the designer series paper. There it is. And I think I'm going to use this trimmer. Okay. Okay, so now I got to make sure I'm getting this one the right way. So it's going to be on the outside, and for the out, I'm doing something a little bit different. So this is this one, right? And then this is this one. Okay. So then we are going to cut this that way. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and trim a little bit off this too, to take off some of the raggedness. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this one is going to go this way from right top to bottom left. I'm going to put that right on the edge here. Okay. And then same thing, I'm going to mark off 1/8 of an inch down here on the bottom, on the point. So 1/8 of an inch, right there. And same thing on this one. 1/8 of an inch, right there. Okay. So just gonna move that to there. Cut that off. And I'll just double check this and see how this looks. Pretty good. I could cut off a little bit more, I think, though. But pretty good. I'm gonna go with it. Okay, so that's that piece. And this is gonna go this way. So here I didn't show you what it looks like before, but you can see how the lines are good right here, but then down here there's like no layer showing. So that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to just get the layers to look even and show. Okay, so now that I trimmed that little 1/8 off, there we go. Now we can see it. We can see the layer. Okay, so I know that's a little bit fussy, and and you don't have to do it because the points are, some of them are going to be hidden, like that one, you know, those two are going to be hidden. So I don't think it's as big of a deal as I'm making it to be. I'm just going to grab a little scratch piece of paper because I'm going to put the adhesive all the way on the point. So I'm going to go all the way down to the point. So I'm going to get adhesive on the paper here. But I just want these to be, the edges to really stick down, because the points, you know, are more likely to come up. So, okay. This better be the right way. Okay, I think this is the top though. I'm gonna try to put this on. Okay, looks pretty good. And so this one's gonna go over on the left side. So if you're using liquid glue, just make sure you get that point. Get some adhesive on that point. I want to get adhesive on all the points. Okay, so now we're going to adhere this in this corner. I changed up the DSP a little bit because I thought the clouds looked really nice for like the background here. This one's going to get folded this way, and this one is going to get folded that way. So I thought the clouds were really nice right there. What do you think? Okay, so now we can adhere this to this. Just such pretty paper on the other side. I hate covering it up. That's like the only downside of double-sided paper, is it's so pretty on both sides. You have to cover one side up. Yes, I will post the measurements. Yeah, so basically they are 3 panels that are all the same at 2 3/4. So you score at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. And then you're going to score from the top left to the bottom right on each panel, so that when you fold them, they make a twist like that. So just a fun, different way to do a gatefold card. Just want to get that point right there. Whoop. Okay, so this one's going to go on the bottom, and this is fun because you can choose whatever paper, designer series paper, or you can like stamp your own paper and put it on here. You can design it whatever way you want, and it's fun because you get to do, if you want to, you could do 2 patterns like I'm doing on this one. See, this one I just did the one, and then afterwards I thought about it and I thought it would look really nice to have the clouds back there. So then that was an afterthought, but I'm doing it on this card. So these, I think I have already trimmed. I hope I have already trimmed them, because yes. And see, look how nice that looks when you trim them. It just looks, to me, it looks really nice. So, like I said, you don't have to trim them. Let's see. I didn't quite get the whole thing there. Okay, no, a lot of adhesive. And you could use your silicone mat too. I just didn't have mine handy. So I have sticky everywhere. Sticky, sticky. So I'm already getting prepared for April's Fool's Day. You guys know I love April Fool's Day. I like to play jokes on my family. So this year I've already got some plans in place. And since my husband doesn't watch my Facebook page, I can tell you some of them. So my husband, you know, we're children of the 80s, so he used to break dance. So I thought that was pretty fun. And so he used to listen to, you know, those early rap songs like Run DMC and those other guys. So I downloaded a ringtone, a Run DMC ringtone, and I'm gonna put it on his phone for like me. Oh, I didn't cut that one. Oh well, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But you see it's not that bad. It's just that there's like no edge there. But anyway, so I plan to put that on his phone as like my ringtone and then call him. I think he'll get a kick out of it. I've done lots of other fun things. Like I've done the toothpaste in the Oreo cookies. That was fun. And then I've done the mayonnaise in the donut. That was also fun. And I did cake pops with Brussels sprouts. That was fun. And then I put googly eyes on all the items in the fridge. So that was just like a cute one. And I bought a whole bunch of plastic bugs and I put them in like all the drawers. And then I put googly eyes and like mustaches on the family pictures hanging in the hallway. And of course we barricaded the doors with streamers or balloons or solo cups. Just fun stuff. Okay, so now that part, sorry, takes the longest. But also I forgot to show you that this die right here, the flower one, also cuts out the paper as well. So let's see, it is the one with all the flowers, this one right here. And so you can just use this die to cut that out. So that's what I did for this piece right here, easy peasy. And I'm just gonna put this and this on dimensionals. Do you guys celebrate April Fool's Day? Yeah, my family knows not to eat anything on April Fool's Day that I make. So I'm gonna have to like make it before April Fool's Day or like after April Fool's Day so that they don't suspect. Okay, so now for this dimensional, I'm gonna have to put it on here. And only obviously on one side so that you don't seal your card closed. So just one dimensional there so that it'll open. And then if you wanted to, you could decorate this panel too. That would look cute. But I'm just gonna get a piece of white. This is 2.5 by 5.25. And I'm just gonna stamp some bamboo and sending 1,000 well wishes on your special day. So 1,000 is like a lucky, I think it's a lucky number. It has significance, but I can't remember exactly what. I'll have to look it up. So we've got the little bamboo. We'll just do a couple in soft suede on the bottom. You need to re-ink my soft suede. There, that's darker area. No, I caught an edge. Ah. Okay. And then the sentiment is in evening evergreen. Let's see, sending 1,000 wishes. Well wishes. Okay. So. Okay. That was not even close to straight. Sorry, I gotta get my head here in the action. That's a little bit better. Okay, well at least I can loose stamp the bamboo. Good morning, Shirley. It's good to see or hear or read your message too. Okay, so bamboo, bamboo, bamboo. There we go. Okay, that's better. So sticky. Okay, so just gonna cover up the blue side and put that inside. So fun, different way to do a gatefold card. And then just folds like that. The only thing is it does not fit in an invitation size envelope. So you would need probably a large envelope. It doesn't even fit like in a 5x7 because this is 5.5, right? So it's 5.5 long, and then it is like 6. So yeah, no, it wouldn't fit in a 5x7. It has to be like a 6x6, I think would work. Right? Yeah. So just a square 6x6 envelope will work. Okay, so that one takes the longest because of all the extra cutting that I do. So what do you think? Do you like it with the 2 different designer series papers, or do you like it with the same? Which do you think is better? I don't know. I mean, I kind of like, I do like the same, but I kind of like the different ones too. All right, so the next card I'm going to do is this fun fold card. So this one opens up like this. Whoops, and this has to tuck behind the card. So there we go. Okay, so a little different. This one does fit in an invitation size envelope, which is very good. Okay, so the measurements for this one, you're gonna have a 4 1/4 by 5.5 piece. And then this piece, I wanna say, okay, I gotta measure down here, is 7 1/4. Okay, so this is 7 1/4 wide by 5.5 tall. And you're going to score at 1 3/8 and 2 1/2 from each side. So 1 3/8, 2 1/2. Flip it over. 1 1/2. 1 3/8, 2 1/2. Okay. My screensaver came on. Okay. So now we're just going to furnish these folds a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be placed on top of our card base. But for our card base, we're going to do a little bit of decorating on the edges first. So I have the 2 little pieces of bamboo, crumb cake bamboo, that are going to go on either side here. And these measure 1 1/8 by 5 1/8. I made them, I'm sorry, 5 3/8. 3/8. So I made them a little bit longer than normal so that they just have a small layer. You guys like them both? Cool. Okay, so just going to put some adhesive on these. Okay, and it's going not on this sheet, it's going on this one. Okay, on either side. I hate covering up that gold foil. Okay. There we go. Okay, So now we can adhere this piece down. I'm just going to put adhesive in the center panel. Okay, and then I'm going to center this on here. It'll go over the GSP. So if you wanted to, you could do like 1 inch GSP. Oh, and you want to make sure your pieces are the same height. Whoa, mine are not the same height, but I think that's going to be okay. And then my gate does not match up. I am striking out here. Okay, so yeah, just make sure your pieces line up better than mine do. Okay, so the next piece is Calypso Coral. And so this is going to cover both front panels. So this one is 2 3/4 wide by 5.5 tall. And then the designer series paper is going to be just a smidge smaller. So it's going to be 2 5/8 wide by 5 3/8 tall. So I'm just going to adhere this one down. Okay. There we go. So this one is going to only be adhered to the left side here. So we'll just put adhesive only on the left side, and we'll kind of close those up so that I can line this up. And actually this is gonna hide my mistake. Yay! So it looks like it's even because this is hiding it. Haha! Okay, and then it's gonna open, and this is gonna tuck around the back. And we need a piece of Whisper White. Okay, and the Whisper White is going to be, it's going to be a smidge smaller, so it's going to be 2 by 5 3/8. So I think I have a 2-inch piece here. Yes. Okay, so 2 by 5 3/8. So 5 3/8, just a smidge smaller than 5.5. And I'm gonna stamp much luck and good fortune. Much luck and good fortune in crumb cake. Much luck. Okay. Hopefully I can get this straight. I have a harder time with the rubber because obviously you can't see through it. Good enough. Okay, so that is going to go on the inside. And you can write your little message, your little note. Okay, there we go. So now we just need the front pieces. So this is from the Hippo dies. I'm going to use that kind of as a little label for my chrysanthemum. So I have my chrysanthemum here, and I have a piece of Whisper White. I think this is going to fit. Please fit. Okay. And I'm going to color it with the Calypso Coral marker. So don't use the blends, use the markers. The blends will stain your photopolymer and they just don't work as well. The alcohol ink just doesn't do a good job on coloring the stamps. It does a good job on coloring the paper. So we're going to get these two little buds over here. And this is all, I think this is a bud right here. And notice that I'm not using the top of my tip. I'm preserving my tip and I'm just going using the edge. And this is a textured stamp. It's a distinctive stamp. So you're going to get all those different textures and highlights and shadows on the stamp. So really cool that they can do these like texture distinctive stamps. I think it's really cool. Okay, so there's a leaf, and then there's some stems here. I'm gonna say that's a leaf. I'm just gonna color in stems and the leaves. And then you can huff on it or spray it with water or whatever. But I'm just gonna stamp it. Whoop. Okay. So we're just gonna stamp it. Okay, and it has all that texture and highlights and shadows on there. It's so cool. Oh, you are right, Vicky. White is considered a funeral color. My mom would not let me wear white in my hair when I was little because it meant somebody in your family died. So you want to send like red and gold cards. Those are the lucky colors. You are correct, Vicky. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, so then you would use this die to cut this out like that. Okay, and then you would just place that right on here. And then I used a couple of the pink polished dots. I used a large one and then 2 small ones for that card. So, just gonna put the dimensionals on this since I can do that right now. But okay, so just put that right in the upper middle, and then you would cut that out and put that on there and do your polished dots so that you get this. And if you wanted to, you could put some more designer series paper on these 3 panels here, and that would be really cute too. Okay, so that's our second fun fold card. And then our third fun fold card is this gray and gold card. I normally wouldn't put these colors together. It's a pop-up card, but it folds flat to mail, and you just have these 2 sections that pop up. So really fun card. I really enjoy making these cards. So we are going to start with, got all my little pieces here. And so this one is 10.5. So it is 10.5. And we have scored it at 1/2, 1 1/4, 3 1/4, and 5. Okay, so 1/2, 1 1/4, 3 1/4, and 5. And I will create a template, and I think I already have a template for this actually, and I will post it on my blog. So you will see the template and all the measurements for each of these cards on my blog. Okay, so for this one, we're going to fold and burnish all the same way. This is going to come up and over. And this little 1/2 inch piece is our tab that we're gonna do. So it's gonna look like that. But first we need to put down our bottom layer. So I think I've got enough for 2 cards here. So I wanted to layer this with the gold, but I don't want to use up all my gold. So I cut the middle out with the stitched rectangle dies. So I'm just going to adhere this to the frame. So if you're using like designer series paper or gold foil or some other special paper, or even just your regular cardstock, if you want to, you can cut out the middle and use it for another project with the stitched rectangle dies or just with your paper trimmer, whatever you want to use. I didn't scoot that over enough. And so that way, oopsie, you are saving the insides for another project. And I think that might be tacky enough for me to just put that down, but I will add some more in the middle and on this side. Whoop. Thank you, Jill. Okay, so I'm going to put that on the inside. Okay, so that's our inside. And now I want to do a panel right here. So the measurements for this piece are 4 by 5 1/4 for the gold foil. And then I just did 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 for this designer series paper piece. I love it. It's so pretty, splatters. Okay, so I'm doing another gold here, and then some of this right here. So this one is also 4 inches wide, and it is 1 3/4 tall. And then the DSP is 1 1/8 inch smaller than that. So that would be 3 7/8 by 1 5/8. So we're just gonna decorate this card with all this lovely DSP. Okay, so now we can adhere this piece down. So I'm just gonna put adhesive on this tab here all the way down. And the easiest way to do this is to fold this. You can either do it this way or just, I think this is the right way, better be the right way. However this works. Yeah, that's the right way. So you're just going to fold this flat right there so that it folds flat, and then that is your panel right there. Okay, so that's the first piece right there. And then the second piece, I've already stamped and cut out the crane. And this is going to be for my love, happiness, and joy. And then this ginkgo leaf is going to be for my second piece. Where did I put? Oh, I know where I put my second piece. I put it away. Should not have done that. Okay, so that's for the second piece. So I have the gold there. So I'm going to emboss this with wishing a lifetime of happiness and a world full of love. So got my makeshift buddy. I wish we still sold the buddy. My buddy is like, you probably have seen it. It's so thin. Look at how thin it is, and there's like hardly any powder in it. So I had to make my own. I made it with pantyhose and cornstarch. So there you go. Easy peasy. Okay, so we'll go ahead and emboss this. Get your Versamark nice and juicy and sticky. Okay. Doesn't matter if I'm upside down, but I'll go ahead and stamp it right side up. Okay. And I'll put that all away. I've got my gold embossing powder here. And so I'm just going to put that right in my little dish here. I'm just going to pour this over it. And then you can just like shake it up or whatever, and it'll get on there. Okay, just tap that off. Looks really good. We'll put this away, and we'll grab some tweezers so I don't burn my little fingers. And we'll heat this up. Okay, so that's ready to go. So I used, I'll show you the die that I used for that. Sorry, I'm really quickly gonna go grab that second piece right there. And of course this layers on here. I'll give you those measurements. So hopefully was that the second piece? All right. Sorry, I put it back in my little thing here. This is, by the way, this is an 8.5 by 11 storage pocket from Stampin' Storage, and I love it. I put all my scraps in it, and then there's a little tab, and you can label the color of your scraps. So really, really handy dandy. I know I just saw them, and I know I put them in here. La. There they are. Are they the right size? Yes. Okay. So there they are. Sometimes, you know, my husband takes out the orange juice and goes to grab a cup, and while he's grabbing a cup, I see it and I put the orange juice away because I think he didn't put it away. It's kind of like that. All right, so this piece is, now where did my ruler go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this one is 6 inches long by 2.5, and you're going to score that again at 1/2 inch and 1 3/4. Okay, so 1/2 inch and 1 3/4. You're going to fold both of those the same way, and then this piece is going to be decorated here. That one is a little too long. Maybe not. I'm just going to trim it the tiniest bit. Not with this one. And use my little mini trimmer. Just the tiniest bit. So this is 3 7/8. So I'm just going to go over a tiny bit. And 3 7/8 tall by, so this is the gold is 2 1/4 by 4. So this is 2 1/8 by 3 7/8. Okay. And again, don't worry about all the measurements. I'll have them on my blog. And I'll just make a little template. I think I have it and just need to go find it and take a picture of it and put it up, because I think that helps me better than just giving measurements, because then you can visualize it. For me, it's easier to look at a template. I don't know about you. Okay, so now this goes right here. Okay, and then we're going to adhere it on the bottom first. So let's just put a couple of lines of adhesive on the bottom. Okay, and we'll just center that. Okay, and then again, we're going to put adhesive on this little 1/2 inch strip here. And we're going to fold this all the way down. And then we're going to push it flat like that. Okay, and then that creates our little pop-up. I love it. And so we can add our crane with dimensionals. You can see I made a boo-boo crane on that other side. I just went ahead and stamped it again on the other side. And then I do like to put mini dimensionals on the face or the neck, and then at the knees here to give it a little bit more stability. And then I'm just going to put our little crane down here. And then this I trimmed out with the, I think it's Blossoms. It's got a long die. I have it over there, but I'm just gonna look it up here real quick. I need to remember which one. Okay, I'll have to put that on my blog too. But I cut that out using it's a really long die with the 2 banner ends.
and then just place that on there. Or if you wanted to, you could just trim it and use the banner punch to punch the two edges. So that's probably easier to do.
All right. So those are my 3 Chinese New Year fun fold cards.
So we have the twisted gatefold card, we have this pop-up card, and we have this unique fun fold card. So if you purchase the bundle or place a $40 order using my current host code, I will send you this kit for free. Just email me and let me know that you would like this kit. Okay, and this would be a fun kit just for any occasion, not just for Chinese New Year's. So, all right, so let me see if I can go back here and transition here.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me and for bearing with me. Still learning this software. I was able to do a workaround to get both cameras to work at the same time, but now I guess I need to figure out the sound, so I will work on that. But I hope you enjoyed these cards. I will be making separate YouTube videos for each card as well, and I will post all the measurements on my blog, so you can check that out, elainescreations.net. And next week I'm going to be doing the Horizons suite, which is a spectacular suite. The paper is amazing. It looks like watercolored landscapes. And so I think you're really going to like these cards. So I hope you join me next week, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And meanwhile, I hope you have a great week. And I'll see you guys next week. Now it always takes me a little while to